We are doing a short routine that you can do every day to help with hip pain. Hi, I'm Jessica Valant. I'm a physical therapist, movement teacher, and women's health expert, and I help you feel strong, safe, and secure in your body in all seasons of life. You can find my short workouts here on YouTube and my daily workouts and long workouts and workout plans over in my Unlimited app and community. You can also find more on my podcast called Meet Your Body. All those links and resources are below. So we're doing a short routine today to help with general hip pain, and I want you to have a chair close. You could also just be close to the kitchen counter or even a wall. I just want you to have something to hold on to for balance as we get started. So you're gonna have your feet hip distance apart. You can be barefoot or in shoes, whatever feels better to you. And I just want you to feel nice and tall here. Spread those toes wide. And then you're gonna raise up onto your toes and then back down to your heels. We're just gonna start with about 8 of these. Again, hanging on if you need to, and if you don't need to, that's fine as well. So you could have hip pain for a variety of reasons, and we're not here to diagnose that today as much as to help create some fluid movement, to give you a little bit of mobility and some strengthening exercises to help with generalized hip pain. Of course, always see a doctor or a healthcare professional or a physical therapist if you need to help with that hip pain. All right, last one. Nice. Now what I want you to do is lift your right knee up and back down. So a nice high lift. We're gonna start with some hip mobility here, and this is where you can hang on to something for balance if you need to. This is a great thing to add throughout the day, anytime that you are standing, to help get a little fluid and mobility into that hip. All right, on this next one, lift and then open it to the side, lower, and bring it forward. So you're gonna lift, open, lower, and forward. And you can make these much smaller if you need to, if you're getting any pain with it. Now switch directions. So open, lift, forward, and down. Nice. So as we start to kind of help that hip a little bit, we want fluid, we want movement in the hip joint. Nice, we're gonna go to the other side. So just lift the left and lower. The other benefit to a movement like this is you're working some strength and stability on the standing leg as well. So we're really working both hips here. Also keeping in mind, this is how we move throughout the day, right? When we climb stairs, when we get on and off the couch, we want movement in those hips. All right, now lift, open, lower, and forward. And trying to keep that nice tall posture at the same time. So this is just isolated hip movement. Switch directions. So it's turned out. You're gonna lift, forward, and lower. So turn out, lift, forward, lower, last one. Nice job. All right, just a little kind of prance or walking it out here. We're gonna do one more exercise in standing, and then we're gonna get down to the mat. I want you to turn towards, again, either the wall or your chair or the counter. And you're gonna bend over a little bit. So either hands or elbows, whatever feels best to you. Your feet are underneath your hips. Bring the right leg behind you, and you're gonna lift and lower. So we're getting a little work into the back of the leg, working the glutes and the hamstrings. Again, really important to help support the hip. And you can do the same exercise on all fours on the ground if that feels better to you. 3, 2, 1, and switch legs. But I find it's nice to have at least a short routine that you can do standing throughout the day, even at your desk, to help with those hips. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. And walk in. And then I'm going to meet you down on the mat. And go ahead and lay down on your back. And you're going to have your feet hip distance apart. Feet are flat, knees are bent, arms at your sides. Take an inhale. And exhale, I want you to curl your tailbone and try to rock your hips off the mat by just a couple inches to start. And then curl and roll and release it back down flat. Okay, so we're going to curl your tailbone towards you. I want you to tip your pelvis towards you as you roll, trying to lift your hips up a few inches. And then you just reverse it, and one vertebrae at a time, come back down. And do a few more like that, understanding that many times you can have some hip pain that's related to a stiffness in your pelvis and your low back. So we want to help to get that moving, which can help take some of that tension out of the hip. All right, now if you're comfortable, I want you to roll up even higher. Come up into a bridge, which is right here. You inhale, and then you exhale to curl and roll back down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, curl, roll up. You're trying to find a flat or a straight line from your knees down your thighs, ribs. Continuing to really strengthen all the muscles around your hips as we get that back moving too. All right, we're gonna do one more, and you're gonna have an option to come down and rest, or if you feel like you can work to strengthen the hips a little bit more, I want you to roll up and stay here. Keep your hips where they are, okay, they stay level, but then you're gonna lift the right leg up to tabletop, which is right here, lower it down, and then the other side, and lower. So this is a common exercise we use to really help strengthen the low back and the hips. And your goal is to keep those hips level as you lift and lower your legs. One more each side. And lower, nice job. Inhale, and then exhale, curl, and roll yourself back down. Nice job. Straighten the left leg and hug that right knee in. And then hold behind the right thigh and reach the leg up and then bend. Last two. Nice job. Keep that leg pulled in, and now bend the left knee, and your right ankle is going to come on to the left knee for your figure 4 stretch. So you can stay right here with the left foot down, or if you have a little more room in your hips, you can pull the legs in towards you and hold behind the left thigh. So this is stretching the piriformis, basically all through kind of the back of the right hip here, into the glutes a little bit. Nice. Let's slowly release, and you can straighten the right leg down and hug the left knee in. And then we're going to hold behind the thigh. Exhale to reach the foot up. Inhale to bend. Last one. And bend. And then go ahead and slide that right foot up so that your left ankle can rest on the right knee. And then you can pull those in if you have the room for a little bit deeper stretch. Nice deep breaths. And then you can release that and hug both knees in and just rock yourself side to side. And straighten your legs out. Take one more deep breath. And nice job. I'll see you on your mat soon. Hey, it's Jessica. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you never miss new releases. And here are a few recommendations for what to try next. See you soon.